Evening everyone, welcome back to the channel. So tonight I'm going to be reviewing this, which is GigFast Lite by Artera DSP. So what this is using what's called neural amp processing. I mean, you've heard of neural DSP. This is neural amp processing, or NAM. So it's another new technology. This is open source technology, and there's actually a GitHub repository with all of the information on there, and I'll show you a website where you can sort of download IRs and models for free. Okay, so before I start though, just want to say that this is a sponsored video. Artera DSP were kind enough to send me the full version of this, full details in the description. So let's see what it sounds like here. So today I'm going to be testing it with my Squire Affinity Series Telecaster, which is brilliant. Nice comfortable light guitar to do the test with. So let's go. Starting first of all, as always, with the tuner. So if we just click on that, let's see what we've got. Nice little revolving wheel there. I like that. We're pretty much in tune. Very good. I like that tuner. Oh. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, we've also got the note tuned on it as well. So yeah, I mean, first impressions are the UI is really good, really simple, really clear. Everything's just close to hand on one screen, which I think is good. You don't want loads of different screens, and you don't want it too complicated. You just want to get straight into it. So let's have a look at some of these presets then, right? What we've got here. Yeah, let's start with a clean tone here. Why not? What a start. Top clean, I guess this is an AC30. Delay on there. So what have we got? We've got, looks like an AC30 amp model. Let's just go through this interface, right? So the top panel, we've basically got the guitar amp. There's 3 channels for each amp. I guess those are just variations on a theme. Bottom left, we've got pre and post effects. So pre, we've got a noise gate, a wah, and then overdrive. And post, we've got a chorus, a delay, and reverb, right? So I guess let's just explore that a little bit. So we've got that nice clean tone. Let's activate the overdrive. Let's see what. So nice natural sounding overdrive, not much drive on there. Let's see what happens if I max out the drive. Nice, goes a little fuzzy. I'm so impressed with the tones of this. I mean, I've only gone to the first, amp model, of which there were many. Dial in a bit of overdrive there, and straight in. Wow. Great start. What else have we got? Boost lead. So what else have we got here? Greenwich, that sounds good. What we got here? Vox again, it looks like. I guess that's with the Tube Screamer on there. I don't know if it is a Tube Screamer, to be honest. Tight lead. SLO, I guess that's a Sildano. got here? Saturated lead. So what's impressing me the most at the minute is, you know, the sustain of this. I mean, usually on guitar apps, you know, especially on the iPad, notes have got a tendency to sort of just die out on you. But not so with this. Just remember, we're not using compression or anything. This is just literally a model of the amp, right? So this is the Soldano. Let's have a look at it. Let's just mess about with the channels. Channel the Soldano, obviously, cleanish. So much sustain. I'm so impressed. Right, so anyway, that's the, you know, that's the presets. Just going back to these effects here. So as I said, I digressed a little bit. I got a little bit carried away. So the pre-effects are gate, noise gate, wah, and an overdrive. We've been through the overdrive. Let's go to the post effects. We've got the chorus. Let's engage that as well. Let's get the rate back a bit. Almost lost for words, really, you know. Let's go back to that top clean. I like that. In fact, let's go for even cleaner. Have we got pushed US clean? That's very sort of broken speaker. I forget this is a twin. Yeah, so this is the twin. Let's see what we've got here. We've got the Odeon. We've got the Odeon. So yeah, there's the twin. Let's get that boosted up a bit. Right, now let's have a go at those post effects, right? So chorus. As I've said, you know, it's at max settings. It is a little bit too wobbly, but you just back off a bit, you know. So increase the mix a bit. Nice chorus, nice natural sounding, full sounding chorus. And then at the bottom right, I haven't mentioned it before, but we've got the cab section. So you know this has got a range of cabs in there. Let's go for, say for example, if we want like a brighter cab, let's go for that. It's got various configurations of mic, like vintage mix. Let's go for that. That's lovely. Okay, so that's what we've got. So anyway, let's just go back to these amps. I mean, it's not in the manual, right? But Artera DSP were kind enough to sort of send us the details about these models. So here they are. You know, FB100, the Friedman, the Soldano, which you've heard, the AC30, which you've heard, the Twin. Looks like an AVH5150. The Archon, that's interesting. That's the PRS, sort of 50-watt combo, I think it is. So I'll be interested to see what that sounds like. PV Inventive, which is a twin channel, you know, clean, distorted. The classic Marshall JCM 800. Do you know the rolling jazz chorus, great clean amp, and you've even got a bass amp in there. It sounds on bass driver. So yeah, let's have a see. Let's have a listen to that arc, right? It's got different channels for this as well, right? Let's get off the I don't want the OD. Yeah, but let's have a mess about with that. So anyway, we've got a clean channel, which is nice. Let's get rid of the chorus for now. That's a really nice clean channel. PRS Archon, whatever it's called. Remember, these are like, modelled off real amps, right? Using machine learning or AI or however they do it. It's not like the old style amp modelling. This is a whole new ball game. Channel B. Channel B and Channel B are the same. Sorry, Channel B and Channel C are the same. As you back off the gain, basically it feels like a real amp, right? It feels like you're playing with a real amp. This does. Let's just go for max gain on this thing. So, as I say, you've got those. Just turn that off a bit. You've got the built-in amp models and cabs. But what you can actually do is, I just want to show you this quickly, is what you can actually download your own models. So, say for example, what you would do is, I've got this already teed up. You go to this website, tone3000.com, right? Which is called Tone Hunt, right? And this is where you can get all these amps. So I've been checking out the Fender Deluxe, but there's all sorts on here. You just do filters. You've got just about anything you could imagine. But this hot Fender Deluxe Reverb 2 sort of caught my eye. So all you need to do is just find what you're after, click on the amp, or this is a full rig, so I'm not sure what this is going to include, but it's just to show you. And then is it going to download? Come on, there you go. Right, so download, open in, come on, save the files. I'm just going to save it in downloads, right? So I've saved it. Then what you want to do is, because that's a zipped file, you need to just unzip it. So you just click on it. There you go, so it's unzipped. Right, so what now? Go back into here, right? Now, if you flick over the switch GigFast into NAM, Neural Amp Modeling, you can select your amp. Let's import a NAM, a Neural Amp Model. What we've got a load of stuff here. Let's go to my downloads. There's my Deluxe Reverb that I just downloaded. That must have been from a previous download I did, just for experimenting. So there you go. That's loaded in now. Deluxe Reverb. Now let's see if it's loaded in different channels. I guess not. I've only loaded it in to channel B. Yeah. So let's see what happens if you crank up the gain on that max gain. Dying to see what this sounds like with an overdrive on there. Let's rank up whack up the level. Just back off the drive a bit. It's very cheap screamerish, isn't it? Download Mesa Boogies, whatever, anything you like, you know. There's a plethora of amp manufacturers, you know, mic positions, channels. There's everything on there, but I'm not going to cover it in this video. I might cover it in a later video because there is a lot to cover, right? So, and also, I mean, you can also import IRs as well. I mean, I haven't got any available at the minute, but you can import cab IRs as well, just to give it the, you know, more authenticity, I guess, right? So yeah, so I'm mightily impressed, and obviously you can save anything that you like to you use a presets. I mean, it comes with, you know, factory presets, but you can just go on a different bank, and then if I go NAM, select amp, import NAM, there's my deluxe reverb, you know, that's already saved. Now I can I rename that one? Yeah, deluxe reverb. Very good, that's saved on my bank B6 or wherever. You know, I think if we just switch it back to the presets, you know, there is a really good range of amp types out there. I mean, if we just go back to the presets just for a minute, you know, if we start here, PV, Brick Crunch, there's a Marshall. Let's have a bit of a play about with that Marshall. Let's get rid of the OD for a bit. Let's just see what this actually sounds like, right? So that's max gain. It's not doing a hell of a lot there, is it? I guess that's the clean channel of the Marshall. Then you're in the OD channel. That sounds huge. These tones are so usable, you know, for recording music. I just want a basic crunch tone for a rhythm track, for a rock song or whatever. And then let's go to channel C of that, max gain. See what it sounds like on the, you know, the old everything on 10. Things are starting to distort a bit. Whacking that overdrive pedal on the top of all that. Carry on. Woohoo. Marshall. Well, we had it on a good one, didn't we? But let's choose this one. I'm so carried away. My battery's gonna die, so let's just go back to that, you know, that nice clean tone that we had to begin with. Carried away. Neck pick up now. Lovely. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is this is just a whole new world for me, you know, using guitar apps, digital stuff, you know, apps on the iPad especially, not the best experience in the world. I mean, I quite like the guitar amp that's part of GarageBand, but the tones are nowhere near as good as this GigFast Lite. I can't really believe how good the tones are actually. This isn't free, of course, you know. I think this costs about, I think it's £40 actually, but for that, you know, you don't just get it for a year. You actually buy in the software forever. You've got everything. You've got the presets. You've got access to just about unlimited, you know, amp models, IRs, anything you could wish for really. I mean, the interface and so simple. The UI is so simple. You know, the effects section, pre and post, you know, I love the delay. Actually, let's get into this reverb because we haven't really been through that. If we just get rid of the delay, just the reverb now. It's natural, lovely, natural sounding. Let's up the feedback. Let's see what's happening with this. Nothing's too over the top. It's usable effects, right? Stuff you can just dial in quickly and it just works. It actually reminds me a little bit of the effects section of the Boss Katana, where you just sort of dial something in and it just immediately sounds good, right? Sometimes if you've got too many options, it kind of ruins the experience. You want to get straight in, you know, and make music straight away. You don't want to be messing about with menus. I thought the Line 6 app, I think it was Pod Mobile, which I ranked quite low, you know, in my top 5. You know, that was not intuitive at all, really. And this is the complete opposite. Just going to increase the gain on this clean channel a bit. Position. What more can I say? Let's go to the options where I just, you know, wrap this up. You know, you've got this sort of audio routing. You can like have a sample rate. I've just got it at the lowest, but you know, you can up this to like 96,000 kilohertz for better quality. What more? You know, what more is there to say really? I love it. Just thanks to Artera DSP for sending this out. I hope you've liked the tones. I mean, if drop us a comment, tell me what you think in the comments. right? But I think it's got everything. You know, you got your Fender cleans, you got your Marshalls, and then you've got, you know, check out the you know, the Friedman model. Heavy as can be, you know, the Soldanos, you know, the Evo. Carried away again, and I'm starting to waffle, so I guess this is approaching the end of the video. So thanks for watching, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate your support as I, you know, get near that 1,000 subscriber mark. You know, thanks for helping us out. If anybody that hasn't subscribed, you know, click that button, click that bell. We've got lots more content coming up. There'll be more content on this particular app. And another app, it's kind of the sister app, which I'll get to in the coming weeks. You know, I've got various product reviews coming up. Don't forget, I've got my legato 3 notes per string guitar lessons, which they're not really guitar lessons. That's kind of just me just struggling through, but hoping that I'm going to sort of be helping out other people along the way. You know, check that out. Check out that playlist. I'll put a link in the description. Thanks for watching this. You know, if you want sorry, if you want a guitar app for the iPad, this is by far head and shoulders above all of the rest I've tried. You know, it's better than that Moa GE Labs. It's better than the guitar amp in GarageBand. It's better than Amplitude. It's better than Bias Effects. It's better than everything, right? It's just immediate, natural sounding, great sounding guitar tones. No fuss, no messing about. Some nice effects in there just to get you going. I mean, if you really wanted, you know, you could just add effects in your DAW. Like in GarageBand, I could just put on, you know, effects over the top of this if I wanted a flanger or a phaser or whatever. Those can be just added, you know, at the production level in your DAW if you wanted to. But I think what we've got is, you know, just right for just setting up a chord tone and starting to mess about with them, getting inspired. Really, that's the main thing. This is inspiring, right? When I'm playing this, I don't want to stop. It's not like the other apps. It's not like, right, you know, I need a guitar tone. It's a bit of a chore. Let's get something down. Let's get it on down on tape and move on to something else. But with this, it's actually enjoyable just to load the app up and just play some guitar. Yeah, no complications, no stress, just great tones. I am waffling. Thanks very much for watching the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.